Okay, my friends, the Morbido drivers. Today we're going to do some quick videos. This will be the first in a few. First, I want to show you how to log on and get your orders. We seem to be having a problem with this. I know it seems pretty straightforward, but let's just make sure everybody knows the procedure. You put in your password. I'm doing Jim Micheletti. He's been off on Route 19. First thing I want you to do, before you do anything else, I want you to go in and click MOD and come down to open deliveries. We have nothing in here. That's great. That means he's got nothing from yesterday. But it also means he has no deliveries ready. So we're going to go into BOD. This is critical. When you see this date calendar here, this little word right here says no date selected. Even though the purple dot is on the day, no date selected, you have to click that date. Now it says Tuesday, August 26th. That's what we're looking to do. We're trying to serve the 26th. Click the arrow over. Now, sync. You see this top left corner? Number one, sync. That's going to go and tell the system, I'm here, I'm ready to work, I want my deliveries. It's going to download all of your orders. Now, you may go into MOD and see open deliveries. Anything that was there the last time you synced for this day, it'll probably automatically load. Any of your standing orders, it might load for you. But any orders that were entered throughout the day, or if you have Costco's or Restaurant Depots where Mike is adjusting those numbers until 5 o'clock, those are not going to come in automatically. You need to go in and sync your load for the day. It'll bring it back after the sync is accomplished. It'll bring it back to this password on your login screen. Jim's 19. We're going to log in with his number. Now go back to this MOD button and open deliveries, and there are your deliveries. Today was a small day for him. He had already run 25, so there's nothing in there. Now, if you now that your undelivered orders are there, you're good. You come up, you don't do anything in there. That's just to see them. If for any reason you had 825 or 821, I went into one yesterday and saw, you can delete those old orders. There's no reason to keep them in there. In fact, they're going to hurt you if you leave them there, because if you're going back to, here's Tanner Brothers, let's say, if you're going back to Tanner Brothers, but you have an old order from last week, it's going to combine those two into one order for today. And now your numbers aren't going to look anything like what your load sheet said. So you want to delete everything that isn't today. That's what we have. We have the 26th. We're leaving undelivered orders. Now we go into customer service. This is where we serve the order. All right. You got one for Tanner Brothers. This is a retail account that has deliveries going in, also might be taking stale. Here's Centennial, William Tennant High School. That's just going to be a drop off, and Fort Dix is a prison. Okay. So you don't have to click here. This little blue box looks real nice. It doesn't do anything. As long as you're highlighted on the stop, Tanner Brothers, for instance, arrow over. We love the arrow. Arrow moves us on. All right. So here's the stop. Here's the order. Yes, we agree. Okay. Now it's going to tell you this is just the order number. If you want to scroll over and look, it's a $53 stop. But really, this is just skip over this. If for any reason you want to delete this order at this point, oh, shoot, I don't have the product, I'm not doing it, you hit this minus sign. Okay. But hopefully, you're not deleting at this stage. You would have done that before in open deliveries. Okay, so here it is. This is our stop. We're going to 5332. We're confirming today's date, right? And the customer up at the top is Tanner Brothers. Arrow over. Here's our order going in. If we want to, this is the order. This is what's being delivered, right? You can scroll over. You'll see the price, the retail price we're trying to get rid of. This is their price. This would be like what they're selling it for, and we don't really care about that. Right. So once you see all these orders, that's fine. If you need to make an adjustment, so they ordered 14, but shit, we only have 10. You click on it, you change the number, and then you have to click away from it. Okay, it's going to tell us, yes, do you want to force the inventory? Yes, I do. Okay, so 14 is now 10, 6 is 6, 14 is 14. When that inventory thing, we're getting rid of the inventory. In fact, today I saw their proposal. You're not going to have to accept your load in the morning, and you're not going to have to unload your truck at the end of your day. Okay, we're going to have all that done automatically for you. It's not quite ready yet. All right. So now we know, okay, the only adjustment we're making is 10 of the code. 4, I'll tell you what, let's say we got totally shorted the pan steak. All right, so we click pan steak and we go on. It's going to say, warning, you've got a problem here. It's going to ask you about every individual product. Do you want to force the quantity? Yes, yes, yes. That's because we're not accepting the load at the beginning, the inventory load. All right. If you need to stale out, at this point, you go back to invoicing. It's going to load the customer again. We're still in Tanner Brothers, but now we're going to take returns. We're waiting. There we are. Okay, so here's the order. See, remember we adjusted from, I think it was 12 to 10, and we got rid of the 165s. But we're going to take back 4 of the 8-pack ham that are stale, and we're going to take back 10 of the Snack Kaiser. Clicking, remember, we go in, we click, then we click outside the field to move on. And then we're going to take back 2 of the 998s, right? So now everything looks right. We're bringing in 14. We're taking out none of that. We're bringing in no Snack Kaiser, but taking out 10. For, all that. This is another chance to look at your invoice. Now, mind you, we haven't printed the invoice yet, right? We approved it, but then we went back to that gray screen where we clicked on invoicing to take our returns. We're going to scan over it. Now, everything's done. We're not doing any buyback samples. Don't do orders yet. This is orders. But you know what? Let me go back into invoicing real quick. Because we haven't finalized it, we can continue to manipulate it. But if you're a Costco or a restaurant, you have Costco or restaurant accounts, on hands are an important thing that Michael's going to want to see. So you have your sales, we put in our returns, but if we literally slide over, we can say that on the shelf, we have 10 or 1. I think maybe, there it is, okay. And let's say of the 8-pack hot dog, this is either back stock or in a Costco, what you have on the shelf. We've got 6 of these. We got 4 of these. If you're accustomed to sending Michael pictures and numbers and all that when you serve these places, if you get comfortable doing your on hands here, I'm going to roll him over to getting a report that comes in from your handhelds. All right. It's going to be down the line, but it's a good place to get comfortable doing that. Okay. Because that way you can simply put in your on hands. He can call me when he gets to work and I can say, okay, here's what we got. Now, if you're accustomed to doing this, Michael will start probably at about 5:30 in the morning asking you about your numbers. So we'll get there. Okay. So we put in the on hands. It wants to go to every. Let's get to the bottom here. It wants to go to every product, and now we're back to the arrow. We love the arrow. The arrow moves us towards being done and going home. All right. We're not going to cancel anything. Don't worry about info. If you have to look at something, I believe that's what this is. We're not going to do that. Okay. So arrow over. Now it's going to finalize for you. You're saying. We are selling $40 worth. We're returning $34.98. That sounds about right for Morabito. And the total due now is only $5.76. We get to the print. We're going to print. We've got ourselves an invoice coming off. It's going to say, did it print? Did it look right? Yeah. Everything looks great. All right. And then we're going to move on. But we just got to wait for it to connect to the printer and print. And then we'll be done. This is a brief description, but an accurate one on how to make sure you enter your day, pick the day, sync the day to get all your exact current orders, and then to begin servicing your customers. How to do a return, all of that was covered in this video. If you have any other questions, you can contact me directly, but really appreciate if we didn't connect to the printer because the printer's whatever. Okay, so I'm just gonna switch to no printer, and that'll let us print. Now, if you ever need to go back, if you chose no printer just to be able to move along, I do that when I'm simulating these routes. reconnecting to your printer is 1,000 times easier than pairing it with the old Movilizer. All right, literally, you go, yes, the invoice is correct, everything's fine. Literally, you get to the point where it says connect to the printer. You turn the printer over, you've got a little QR code. I will cover this in a different video. And then these two buttons here, well, it's hard to say. I got some kind of bug. There's one here and there's one here. If you press those two buttons at the same time, there's a laser barcode scanner that'll shoot out of here. You point that at the bottom of your printer and it will connect to the printer for you. Okay? We see we're going to leave these. Let's say we're not going to visit those stops. We'll do them tomorrow maybe. All right? If you go into open deliveries, they're still there. They will carry over to tomorrow, but the shipping's not going to reship you this product. So if for any reason you didn't get this product, you need to delete it and call the office and have it re-entered, okay? Because otherwise the shippers won't know to get you the product. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and delete the other two orders because this route was run by somebody else today. It's not an issue. All right, so we're back to middle of the day. Everything looks great. We're going to go to EOD and we're going to run the end of day report, and that'll be the end of this video. It'll take you through. One of the new things we're adding is at end of day, rather than print out 10 feet of paper, you can choose what you want to print. And if you want to skip them all and just go to printing your final like little tab. But basically I told them I don't need all these inventory reports and all that kind of stuff. So they're getting rid of that. So printing was successful. This, do you want to start the end of day? Yes. This is just going to send us here in the office all your invoices and everything. One thing seems to trip up a lot of people is they sit here. You'll see at the end of this, it's going to say one load waiting. We're not waiting. It's waiting on you to click check. Okay. This process is done now. All you have to do is hit the check mark and you're back to the CIS. And if you hit it one more time, you're back to your login screen. Everything got sent. I got a lot of people who are standing there waiting for this waiting screen to refresh, and it's not going to until you hit the check mark. It sends it here to the office, and it takes you back to the CIS screen. One more hit of the arrow, and you're back to the login screen. All right, so that's the end of this video. We're going to have a few more going up today, and it's my hope to provide you with enough in the way of resources to be able to help yourself in the middle of the night. Okay, thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate everything you're doing. I know it's hard to take on a new system, but I think you'll find, because look, I can go right back in here. Oh, wait a minute, I'm in the wrong screen, but 19, I can go right back in. Like, remember with the Movilizer, if you entered your day again, you had to be reset and you red screen of death and all that kind of stuff. Here we are, we're back in here. We can always go in and check MOD for open deliveries. Make sure, there's nothing in there. There's no harm there. Everything, just arrow right back out and you're back at the login screen. No need to reset, no trouble. Okay? All right, guys, thanks a lot. Have a good one. We'll see you again in the next video. Like and subscribe and get Johnny monetized here. Thanks, I'm kidding.